Galileo Galilei. You probably remember me for things such as having an advanced telescope in my time or creating the deductive method. But before I get into that topic, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Pisa, Italy on February 15th. At 25 years old, I became a professor of mathematics at the University of Pisa. You see, I love math. I believe that the universe holds the truth of life, and the only way to understand that truth is through math. Using my Pythagorean inspired beliefs, I corrected many false assumptions that people had about the world during my time. I agreed with Copernicus's heliocentric theory, and using my new and improved telescope, I discovered sunspots, mountains on the moon, and at least 4 extra moons of Jupiter, which had not been seen at that time. Most people were so afraid and skeptical of my telescope that they wouldn't look through themselves, and they chose to ignore my revelations. Instead, they comforted themselves with the age-old beliefs of God, and they stuck to the church rules.
Hi, my name is Sir Francis Bacon. I studied at the University of Cambridge for 3 years, then decided to move to France and worked as an ambassador. Growing up in a political family, I decided that studying law was the way to go. I was elected parliament and got into trouble for accepting bribes and eventually was forced to retire. I believe that science should begin with an observation and proceed with a generalization. There is no such thing as theories, hypotheses, mathematics, or deductions. I feel that it is important to start with many observations of nature to find out how nature works. For a similar example, I feel that in order to start with various observations from one specific observation to find an overall explanation. When conducting research, scientists should keep my 4 idols in mind. The first idol of the cave, are the personal biases. The second idol of the tribe are biases of human nature. The third idol, the idols of the marketplace, are biases from being overly influenced by the meaning assigned to words. And lastly, the last idol of the theater, are the biases from the blind allegiance.
So, Bacon, you mentioned that you follow the inductive approach in your science and research. I differ from you in that I follow the deductive approach. This involves predicting a particular event from a general principle. My deductive approach was created when I looked through my telescope and out into the universe. I saw that the motion of stars and planets are governed by a single set of mathematical laws. I love these mathematical laws. Finding a law is like finding one of Pluto's true forms. They explain the workings of the universe and in turn explain the workings of the world. Observations are helpful in trying to understand the world, but they must be tested and it can be proven true or false. However, mathematical laws are set, they are true, and they apply to all possibilities of an event. So, once I have a mathematical law, there is no need for further experiments.
Well, Galileo, the reason why I don't like to use laws in my scientific research is because I fear that laws will make me biased to a particular outcome before coming to any conclusion.
Bacon, your method seems very simplistic. Why doesn't your method infer a deeper meaning or try to predict other outcomes how my method does?
Galileo, the only way to truly understand the mind of an inductive researcher is to see the world in a practical way. And I don't feel that there is any need to look any deeper.
I guess we'll have to agree to disagree about whose method is better for conducting research. But the one thing I do know is that because my deductive method involves more thinking, the conclusion will be more definite and precise. If you want to know the workings of the universe, you have to be willing to put in the work to find it. In fact, I am extremely confident that many more prestigious scientists will find my deductive method to be superior and highly influential.